Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is Wayne Adams bidding you welcome to Raceway Park, the world's busiest track. On behalf of Pete Jenin, the owner and promoter of Raceway, we're all set to get underway. The starter's ready, the cars are ready, the drivers are ready. How about it? Are you ready?
Yeah!
All right, Wayne.
Okay, it's Monday, April 14th. We're here at Parkside and Atlantic Avenue in Dolton for the dedication of the Wayne Adams Corner. And here is Wayne Adams. Very good. So how are you doing, Mr. Adams? Okay?
Doing the best I can.
Well, we all remember all the announcing you did at Raceway Park.
It sure was fun. It was part of my life.
All right, that sounds
Best
very good.
part of
Well,
my life.
congratulations to you very much.
Mr. Mayor, I heard a story a little while ago that this morning nobody wanted to wake him up.
Oh, really?
He came flying out of the room and he said, "I made it!"
That's the important thing. You made it. 100 years old. Okay, great. We're going to get started. We're here today to honor Mr. Wayne Adams for two occasions. First of all, it's his birthday. Today is his 100th birthday. And that's a cause to celebrate. Secondly, we're here to honor Wayne, his service to this country, his service to this community, and to honor him by renaming this street Wayne Adams Way. Wow. Not long ago, Wayne was honored by the Board of Commissioners of Cook County down at the Cook County building, and we have a long resolution here. I'm not going to read all of it, but I want to read some of it. Some of the things that you may have not known about Wayne and that I didn't know about Wayne. So it reads as follows. Honoring Wayne Adams Sr. Whereas Mr. Wayne Adams was born in St. Joseph, Missouri on April 15, 1919 and lived there until he graduated from high school. Whereas after he graduated, he moved to Chicago to join his mother and stepfather and has lived in Cook County ever since. Whereas the family lived a short distance from the 124th Field Artillery Armory, which served both as a military training complex and as a venue for midget auto races, something he had wanted to see since he was 10 years old. And in the fall of 1936, he saw his first race at the Armory. Whereas soon as he and his parents were attending races throughout the Midwest, including summer races at Riverview Stadium, just outside of Riverview Amusement Park on Western and Belmont Avenue, they traveled to Rockville, Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Winchester, Indiana, Dayton, Ohio, Greenfield, Ohio. Locally, they attended races at the New Hammond Raceway in Indiana and Raceway Park in Blue Island, Illinois. Whereas in 1939, Mr. Adams began photographing the races and selling the pictures at the tracks for 50 cents and would go on to become the scorer at Raceway Park. And in late 1940, was approached by Illustrated Speedway News to cover racing for that publication. And whereas his first story in the national paper was about an indoor midget race at the International Amphitheater, Wally Zale racing the 100-lap feature after being down 2 laps. And whereas during the time Wayne and he met his wife, Grace, his late wife, Grace Stevens, a romance that would last 76 years. Grace's father had told Wayne he needed to have $1,000 in the bank before they could wed. So Wayne sold his car to get the money, and they were married on November 7, 1942. Whereas the two first lived with Grace's parents in Inglewood, but 6 weeks after the wedding, Wayne was inducted into the U.S. Army, reporting to Camp Grant in northern Illinois, then to Fort McClellan in Alabama for basic training. And whereas Mr. Wayne Adams became an acting sergeant by his second week in the program and asked to join the Officer Candidate School program for infantry. But there were no spaces available. And whereas Grace visited Wayne at Fort McClellan and other camps during the time in the Army, and while the rest of his company was shipped out, Wayne was left behind and reassigned to Camp Stewart in Georgia in April of 1943. Whereas while there he stayed in the anti-aircraft pool under the direction of a second lieutenant who repeatedly told Wayne he would not make it as an officer in the Army. However, undeterred, Wayne reapplied for the OCS school in anti-aircraft and was accepted and reassigned to Camp Davis in North Carolina on October 1943, graduating the program on January 20th as a second lieutenant. Whereas in 1944, he was sent to another officer's school, this time with the 1694th Engineering Battalion at Camp Rucker in Alabama, where he was selected to attend 2nd Army Mine School, learning the latest information on the landmines, explosives, and booby traps. That class included every rank from second lieutenants to lieutenants, colonels, and Wayne posted the highest score in this class and was kept as an instructor there until the school closed. Whereas when the school closed, Wayne was sent overseas to Manila in the Philippines. On July 22nd, 1945, he had set sail on a 31-day voyage across the Pacific on the Cape Victory, which held 1,600 men, including 800 black soldiers, landing at Luzon. Is that right, Wayne? Okay, we'll take that. Luzon. And then he rejoined the 1,094 at camp north of Manila. Whereas while there, he was only 24 white officers selected to give basic training to a group of black soldiers. These men had been in the Army for several years building the Alcan Highway, a supply route through Canada to Alaska, but had never received basic training. They were brought to Manila to help the rebuilding process there. In Wayne's first group, 2 of the men were from Chicago, and one was even knew his stepfather's butcher shop, where they would meet after the war. Whereas after helping to rebuild the Filipino infrastructure, Mr. Wayne Adams returned home in April of 1946, where he rejoined his family and added another daughter, April Darlene, in July of 1947. Wayne went to work when he got back. All right, Wayne. Whereas after the war, Wayne again turned his attention toward auto racing. More than 6,000 fans watched the midget race at Hanson Park on the northwest side, and Wayne was asked to announce the second event of the 1947 season, thus beginning a long career in auto racing announcing. And whereas Mr. Wayne Adams retired from announcing in 1989 after calling 2,625 racing programs and retired from his daytime job as a trophy salesman for 2 years later. Whereas Wayne was inducted into the National Old Timers Auto Racing Hall of Fame in October of 1988, the Grundy County Mazan Speed Bowl Hall of Fame in July of 2004, the Illinois Stock Car Hall of Fame in April of 2012, and the National Midget Auto Racing Hall of Fame in January of 2014. And whereas he and Grace had 4 children and moved to Dolton, Illinois, and traveled the country visiting 48 states, Mexico, and Canada during their marriage, and had 9 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren. And whereas, sadly, Grace passed away in March of 2016 at the age of 90 and had been married to Wayne for 73 years and known each other just weeks short of 75 years. And whereas Wayne will turn 100 years old today, had met the newest addition to his family, a great-great-granddaughter. And now therefore it be resolved that the President and the members of the Cook County Board of Commissioners proudly honor Mr. Wayne Adams Sr. for his amazing life and career and his service to this country, to the community, and Cook County. He had further resolved that this text be spread upon the official proceedings of this honorable body, and that a suitable copy be presented to Wayne Adams Sr., approved this day, April 20th, March of 2019. Okay, without further ado, we are going to rename this street Honorary Chief. Honorary Wayne Adams Way. You made it, Wayne. Now, after this event right here, we're going to do some fellowshipping, but I wanted Wayne to give his rendition of...
Oh, here we go.
And I always ask Wayne to do this. Give his rendition of why he went into the Hall of Fame. So Wayne... it's all yours.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, this is just such an honor, something I never expected. I can only thank the mayor and the trustees of Dolton, all my neighbors, and we've been in Dolton 56 years, not 40. And, well, the only thing that bothers me, Mayor, is I just wish my wife, if Grace were only here.
She's here. She's here. She's here. There's a butterfly flew by. That was missing.
Now, I don't know. Everyone wants. Well, I suppose you want me to tell them what the doctor told me. Well, here we go. The last time I saw my doctor, and he asked me this each time I saw him, he would. One of the first things he would say, you know, how you gonna make it to 100? I said, I don't know. He said, you still smoking and drinking? I said, yeah. He says, don't quit. Good doctor.
All right, Wayne, can you take us back to Raceway Park?
Okay, if you ever arrived at Raceway Park before the races got started, you might have heard me say this. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is Wayne Adams bidding you welcome to Raceway Park, the world's busiest track. On behalf of Pete Jenin, the owner and promoter of Raceway, we're all set to get underway. The starter's ready, the cars are ready, the drivers are ready. How about it? Are you ready?
Yeah! All right, Wayne. Happy birthday again, Wayne.